Continue. On to chapter 2. How many chapters are there in this game? Whew. I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Hinamizawa. Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Kei-chan, you're late. Sorry, the show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that. Yeah, 'cause they always let that one go. Oh, so that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting? Mi-chan, you just got here yourself. Last night's episode of A Day in the Life of was interesting, wasn't it? You watched it too? You're beating me up for being late when you were almost late yourself? Man, if I had just gotten here like a minute or two early. She was just as guilty as me. Miranda was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That doesn't answer my question. That's right, Miranda really did make a Oh, right, the picnic! I forgot we were doing that. How could I forget we were doing that? Kei-chan, after you left, Reina pulled out all the stops. It's not like I forced her to do it. It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay? She's been like this since last night, you know. Can you take responsibility for this? Alright, I am a man, after all. I'll take responsibility. Nice job, me. Huh? Responsibility? For what? For what? Not, how do you get a misunderstanding out of that? What have I done? So we both turned around slowly to look at Rena. Our gazes drifted towards the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunch boxes. Except this was Rena we're talking about here. About 2 kilos, I guess? When Rena was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I'd say 5. Oh boy. You're exaggerating. Keiji-kun is a boy after all. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's get going. Heave ho! The way she's lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunchbox. Oh lord. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. I'll help out, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you if you make Reina sad, got it? The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. Alright. Good. I think good work, me. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk, bathed in gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't have even imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies, after all. No Sloveny desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends here. This is a nice place, peaceful and quiet. I can almost smell the mountain air. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around. Good day. Good day. Oh, you would be my Bara-kun, I believe. My two companions exchanged greetings with everyone we ran across. Shoot, who was saying that? These passerbys even knew my name. How did I become this famous? I passed 3 people, all 3 of them knew me. I started to feel a bit paranoid. Huh. Am I like a celebrity because I'm a transfer student? Is that how Japan works? That's a bit sad to say. Everyone knows anyone since there are so few people here. So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume it's that my Bara fellow who just moved in here? Yeah, that's how it works out. This process of elimination you could only pull in a place like this, but it was quite effective. Well, I guess it was. Now I better make sure to maintain a good reputation. Then I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore. I can expect all the villagers labeling me as a lech by the next day. Hinamizawa is not to be trifled with. No, not at all, me. That's not the end of the nightmare. Of course I know that. The first person we met was old man Takezo from the Makino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute. Interesting hobbies. Next, we met the grocer's second son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are bird watching and photography. Why does everyone in this town know so much about everyone else? We know the names of everyone we pass by and even their profiles? Are we stalking them? Seeing my surprise, Mion and Rina exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah, we're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors. Then let's try it out. You there, who am I? Haha, you're Keiichi Maibara. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately you've switched over to wearing how does she know that? Hold on. Why does she know that? Boxers. Enough of that. There's nothing you can keep hidden. What? How does she know? Hinamizawa was not a place to be trifled with. How does she know that? What? Feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's right. We're parading you around like this after all. Don't you think so too? That Kei-chan is fitting right in here in Hinamizawa? The population of Hinamizawa is shrinking. Oh. So the villagers welcome anybody who's new here. Thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of "you're kidding me," but I held back. I never greeted someone who just moved into the city like this before. Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke after all. We passed another person. Of course, we were called out again in the same way. Oh my, good day. It's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady here is Fujishima-san. Good day. Oh, my Barakun, how wonderful for you, having a lovely girl in each arm. How are you? Getting used to life here? Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an empathetic nod. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good. As I looked back over to Rin and Mion, they gave me a wink. So now then, about time to go have lunch, maybe? Oh shoot, that's the wrong... So now then, about time to have lunch, maybe? Rina's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Mion and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man, I'll do what I can, but it's just too much. It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man. Mion never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I'd expect no less from the class representative. Rina, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view. Yes! Good idea, I agree. Rina nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Oh no. Back in Bugland. Hello, bugs! Man, Gonto would probably love it here, all the bugs. Cresting the top of a stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling. Here's the Furude Shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around. This place? Be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. Ah, isn't it a bit too early in the season for a festival? The Watagana, she isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter. I was embarrassed for assuming that festivals had to be held in summer. Oh, cool. Now then, spread out the lunchboxes, and there. Various colored lunchboxes were placed one after another on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Reina's home cooking. It went without saying it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey Mion, it'll take more than just a good view to get all this down, you know? Ah!
Good afternoon.
It was Rika-chan and Satoko. Why aren't they here? Mion grinned over at me. I see. This was her secret plan. To power in numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Wait, so they're up... Why are they up here? It'll explain the problem. Following up when all the pieces are in place is my specialty.
We just had to come since there was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this?
Take a look. It's time for lunch. Buffet style. A handmade gourmet meal by Reina.
I can see that much. Why have you laid out a tarp on our property?
Oh, they live here. Temple is public grounds. It's not yours. Keiichi-san, Keiichi is right. This is everyone's property. Wow, Rika-chan is such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening up a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back to Satoko.
Hold on 1 second. Where's my spot?
No spot for you and nothing for you to eat. Don't worry, there's some for you too. Nope, I'll eat all of hers.
Not allow that. Rika!
Here, chopsticks! Both Satoko and I left at the boxes, having it out with each other. Oh boy. Man, really? Kei-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this. Have a plate, one for me-chan and one for Rika-chan too. Reina whipped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates. It actually is a real... It's just a picnic. If we don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up. That's right, okay. Shall we commence this battle? Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone. Reina said as she opened up a thermos. Just then, I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that... Oh, she thought that far ahead. Huh. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it would be different.
I will not allow you to have this hamburger.
Hurt using your elbows against the rules, Satoko.
Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules.
It was a tough battle. Blocking with her full momentum and an elbow in the opening moves, Satoko appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand.
The last meatball!
Satoko Hojo had been bested.
Nom.
My beat. Satoko and I amiably began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Reina blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Mion advised Reina to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked. Oh. This is how our meals usually go. I'd do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. The intense battle had calmed, and finally, everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. Well, you're speaking in English. But, I mean, I get the picture. Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't begin until the modern era? It seems that long ago people ate in silence. It must have made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think?
It's probably because back then the people were busy even while eating. They didn't have the time to compliment the flavor.
That's just you.
You know, just hearing that makes me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean.
Yeah. She blushed a little as she said that.
It was delicious.
With absolutely perfect timing, Rika-chan struck Reina with praise. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. Ah. After Rena uttered an unintelligible noise, a ring of smoke rose around her head with an audible poof.
How? Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean...
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
It really was delicious. Rena flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheeks so hard you could almost hear it.
To reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special. Two apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks
into them, she thrust them towards Rika. After Rika accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. What is it, Satoko? What's with that defiant look?
Has everyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Rena-san?
Uh-oh. Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think up with your weak vocab?
Ho ho ho, well then, allow me to show you.
After Satoko flashed Mion and I a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly.
Hey, so, Rena One-chan's lunch? Satoko thought it was yummy too.
Satoko looked up at her poutily while talking cutesy. Oh lord. What? How was that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears. That's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? This is a Rena limited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Rena!
How?
Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Damn it. Alright, her weakness is cute things. I might need to remember that. Rena glomped Satoko and began rubbing her cheek against her.
Cute! Satoko, so cute! Take you home, how?
Swish. Stab. Push. Satoko was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them in her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me again with that defiant gaze. It only took 5 seconds to take down Rena. That's unfair. To think she had such a trick.
If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena-san with some praise?
Damn it. That was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. Satoko, you think you've won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks? That sounds great, Mion. What kind of trick is it? Kei-chan is going to be the one who does it. What? What? Ho ho ho. Why don't I have you show me it done? The writing of an old maid. What? The line of attack she suggested was wicked, but it was the only thing we had to best Satoko. Oh no. Sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly, perfectly. It really is good, isn't it? It was all freshly made, right?
No. Actually, most of it, almost all of it was frozen stuff.
And which ones did you make fresh?
Well, it's embarrassing to really have to say it, must I?
For an eternity of boy plus handmade lunchbox, her expression really melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right? Rena turned an even deeper shade of red, and the words, "I can't believe it," practically written on her face.
How can you tell? How? That I made it.
Of course, Miana told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. What? That's the finisher? Silence enveloped the air. Why is that the finisher? Rena, face still completely red, froze solid. With a small yelp, Satoko also blushed. Of course, I did too. I sure would like to try one of Reina's handmade apple rabbits, or something. Even if this was because I was competing against Satoko, I felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then at that moment, whoosh! It was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits.
Please eat some, Keiichi-kun. There's plenty for you.
Heck! Instantly, dozens of the apples were shoved into my mouth, knocking. How did she get dozens of apple rabbits into my apples into my mouth that quickly? Like how? Okay.
Say Keiichi-kun. Tee.
My head was forcibly laid upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved. I'm gonna get suffocated by apples. so many apples! How about them apples, Satoko? Looks like we win. Kei-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Satoko? This is our complete victory, isn't it?
I can't believe it! Such trickery! It doesn't bother me at all!
Satoko ground her teeth mortified. We did it! I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. And I died. At that time, Rena stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something.
Rika-chan, you're not eating it? Did the salt water make it too strong, maybe?
Over Rika had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit, placed it into her cupped hands, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do.
Poor Mr. Rabbit, I feel sorry for him. I want to save him. Whee!
That was the sound of blood spurting from Reina's nose. Oh.
Cute! Tonight I will take you home.
She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then, coming back to her senses, she took all the apples around me, gathered them up with a whip, and fixed them back on a plate.
Now they're all fine. Kay, here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan. Kay.
Rika-chan raised up Satoko's hand like a referee. After waving the plate of rabbits shoved to her, she whispered,
This is our victory.
Damn it, we lost! What? A comeback? What? A comeback? I just don't care anymore. Thus, my sacrifice ended up being in vain. All my hard work, my suffocation at the hands of apples, all for nothing. It was a fun-filled, crazy day. As soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Later, Reina and Keiichi-chan. See you tomorrow. Thanks for today, Mion. I had a great time, except for when I got suffocated by apples.
See you tomorrow.
Satoko and Rika-chan went home as well. We parted ways with Mion, and it ended with just Reina and myself enjoying the evening air on our way home.
Thanks for coming today, Keiichi-kun. Was it fun?
Yeah, lots of fun. Almost feels like a waste to go home now.
Then, would you mind taking a little detour, maybe?
Uh-oh. A detour? Is it far?
It's a bit of a walk, but it won't take long.
Since we've been walking all day, I must have seemed a bit tired. Not feeling like teasing Reina, I quickly nodded. Am I feeling alright? My guy always feels like teasing her. Is my guy okay? Is he alive? Is he dead? We good? We sick? We dying? Traversing a small path and up a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what looked like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. A heap of garbage spread out off towards the swamp. Probably illegal dumping. I recalled it being in the newspaper. Huh.
Ooh, it's been quite a while. I wonder what's here.
We're searching a dump for... When you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had was with this garbage pile?
It's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of trash.
Okay. It had already entered that well-known cute mode of hers. Does that mean there was something cute in here?
Oh, a new pile. I can't wait.
She bounded up the unstable slope. I'd expect no less from a born-and-bred country girl. Hey, wait, whoa! My city-raised self was completely pitiful.
It's alright, just stay there, Keiichi-kun. It won't take long.
Rina kindly declined my accompaniment. Don't fall, watch your step.
I'm fine. This is nothing at all.
Literally bounding up the heap of trash, Rena disappeared over the other side. I didn't like being left behind, was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively rain around, the surrounding area quickly fell into silence. The cry of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, the sudden noise of scattering pebbles alerted me to someone's presence. Startled, I turned around. Ah! Standing there was a typical-looking photographer. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tanned and fit, but something about him seemed unreliable. He had a bit of an aloof air about him. Well, it did just seem like he was a bad guy in any case.
Whoa! You surprised me.
Although startled when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That's my line. I'm the one who's surprised here. My bad, my bad. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hinamizawa? I give him like a dude bra sort of voice. Gathered that he wasn't from that question. Unfazed by my suspicious outlook, he introduced himself without my prompting. Sup, man? I'm Tomitake, freelance photographer. I come to Hinamizawa from time to time. I didn't ask who you were. Quite rude to photograph someone without consent, one would think. My bad, my bad. I mainly photograph wild birds. They can't refuse, you see. So, you're saying I'm the same as the birds? No, well, you see, that image of a young man in the twilight was just picturesque. I apologize for trying to take your picture without asking. Adults are pretty slick. All that annoyance I felt for being startled just flew away as he buttered me up. I had no intention of hanging around with this guy trying to get cozy with me, except it didn't seem like Reina would be back soon. This older guy, Tomitake-san, he didn't mind my cautious responses and continued rambling on by himself. Keiichi-kun, sorry to keep you waiting, I'm finished now. Reina popped her head out from one of the lower piles of garbage and waved her hand. You have someone with you? What would she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know. Dunno. Maybe she's checking on that dismembered corpse that was out here long ago. Tomitake-san looked shaken up by that for a moment. Uh-oh, I responded like I would if I were talking to Reina and the others. It was quite a disturbing incident. They haven't found one of the arms. Haha, Keiichi-kun, sorry to keep you. You were waiting a while, I guess. I'd best leave you two lovebirds alone. Again, my apologies for starting you, Keiichi-kun. Bye, camera dude bra. Tomitake-san chortled suggestively, then disappeared into the twilight. Missing my chance to retort put me off a bit. Keiichi-kun, are you angry? Why, I wonder. It wasn't Reina's fault, so I decided to just brush it off for now. That was interesting. I didn't know there was a corpse. How was it? Find a treasure trove? Oh, yes, so listen. You see, there was a Colonel Sanders doll. Colonel Sanders doll? Oh, that thing. The statues they always have in front of the fried chicken place. The life-size dummy? Yes, Colonel Sanders. How cute. I want to take it home. What? Is that like a Kentucky Fried Chicken thing? Jeez, I couldn't tell how she decides what's cute or not. But, well, she seems to want it. It's garbage, right? No one would care if you just take it home, right? It's become the base of another pile. I can't dig it out easily. There's no lamppost over there, so it'll get pretty dark soon. Reina seemed quite down about finding a treasure and not being able to bring it back. I'll help you out, to pay you for that delicious picnic you prepared today. Thank you. Birds heading home to roost proclaimed that nightfall would soon be upon us. Keiichi-kun's gonna help. I can take Colonel Sandals home. How? Reina staggered along as if intoxicated in her dreamy state of mind. Tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of her cheery state. Hey Reina, long ago did something happen here? Seems like they were building a dam here. I don't know the details though, how? Just wondering if you knew anything about, an accident or something? I don't know. Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded more like a denial than an answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck. Miranda quickly lightened her expression.
Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago.
Huh? You transferred here too? I was sure that.
So you see, I don't really know much from before that. Sorry.
Don't really know, don't want to talk about it. That was the kind of feeling she gave me. Alright. Note to self, don't ask my classmates about a dismembered corpse in the dump. Thinking about it, of course it'd be like that. This wasn't the type of thing girls would enjoy talking about. That too! It's quite a disturbing incident. It seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms. Just like Tomitake said. I had a feeling only the Higurashi would know. Huh. Huh.